Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another edition of our adventure in the visual novel, If My Heart Had Wings, Flight Diary. Currently on the chapters of Alvie and Kanako's interaction, which last episode, they got closer apparently. Alvie taught Kanako how to cook a little bit, to which in the following days, they apparently had been spending a lot of time together to where Aga and Kotori have been noticing it. I'd say it to a degree the Kazuto sisters have, but it seems like Kotori and Aga have this wild fantasy of what they think might be going on. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. These rumors possibly start from them. Because remember, there was a whole rumor scenario where Akari, the student council president, had gotten involved and was investigating. So it's like, okay. Yeah, and I understand that Yoru came clean and whatnot, but still, I think some of this is being dragged on by Agaha and Kotori to a degree, especially with that whole getup of, detective and all of that with Kotori. But anyways, we're going to keep going here. So ultimately, something was bothering Kotori after she checked in on Aoi. So we're going to find out what that is on what is bothering Kotori this time around. And with that, let's begin.
似合わないくらい思い悩んじゃってるわね、葵ってば。
No, I see. Up, they're still worried about him.
ちょっとからかいすぎちゃったかしら。悩むぐらいならさっさと告白しちゃえばいいのに。私たちに相談するつもりはないみたいね。ほんと水臭いんだから。葵先輩はかなこさんのことが好きなんですよね。多分間違いないと思うわ。だったら私たちで背中を押してあげたらどうでしょうか。
Asa, what are you up to?
よし、こんなもんね。でもう話してくれていいわよ、葵。
Got it. I stepped away from where Agaha was working and looked around the hangar. My eyes rested on Kotori. Kotori, do you still have some stuff to let... Oh. Hey, Kotori, do you still have some stuff left to finish?
こっちは大丈夫よ。葵くんは
Just waiting for the resin to set. I'm at a loose end until then.
じゃあ先に休憩行ってきなさいよ。
Nah, I'm not all that tired yet.
でも人手が必要な作業って今ないでしょ？
Yeah, maybe I'll give the simulator a try.
昨日あまねちゃんが改良するからってデータを持って帰ったの忘れたの？
Apparently, it was going to take the rest of the week to finish. So much for that idea.
あと葵くん、最近ちょっと頑張りすぎ。
I can handle it. This is normal for me.
さっきも隠れてあくびしてたのに。というわけで行ってきなさいよ。ほら。
Agaha heard us talking and decided to throw in her 2 cents.
こっちのことなら気にしなくていいわよ。頼りになる後輩だっているし。任せてください。私を頭数に入れないでください。
Then why are you here?
ほらほら、さっさと行ってきなさいって。
Kotori wheeled herself toward me, practically pushing me right out the door. Okay, I'm going. How about I go buy some drinks for everyone?
じゃあ、私コーラで。麦茶。オレンジジュースお願いします。私も姉さんと同じものを。
Got it.
とりあえず葵は誘導できたと。大丈夫よ。ちょっと前にカナに連絡してあるから。うまくいくといいですね。
And if it doesn't? I ambled along the starlit street in search of the closest vending machine. Do they really have to be that pushy? They might as well have announced they were hiding something from me. This didn't bode well. What kind of scheme had those girls cooked up? I just have to be on my guard until they showed their hand. No use thinking about it for now. I wonder what Kanako's doing right now.
呼んだ
Huh?
ほーい。やっほーい。
I wonder if this was their plan.
いきなり大きな声出さないでよ。
Oh, sorry. I was just surprised. What are you doing here?
どうしてって。葵くん、私に用があるんでしょ？
Me?
さっきコトリンからメールがあったんだけど、なんか葵くんが話があるとか。
Oh boy. Kotori said that? But what? Can you give me a minute? We've set everything up for you, so be a man and get this done. So this was their plan.
コトリン？
Yeah. I put away my phone and looked at Kanako. Maybe it was just me, or the fact that I'd come to terms with my feelings for her, but she looked even more beautiful than usual.
もしかしてもう用事済んじゃったとか？
No, not exactly. I could not tell her Kotori had made it all up, but I could not come up with a convincing excuse on the spot either.
なんだ、それならそうと言ってくれればいいのに。
Kanako seemed to have convinced herself that everything was fine. Her smile was different from her usual spacey expression. It was bright and inviting.
じゃあ、私は帰るわね。葵くんたちもあまり遅くならないように。
She turned around and started wandering back the way she'd come. Be a man and get this done, huh? Kotori's words spurred me into action. I couldn't allow this opportunity she and the others had made for me to go to waste. I had to let these feelings out or I'd never be able to relax again. Kanako! This is probably the most dramatic of chapters that I've seen so far. There is something I need to get off my chest. Will you stick around and listen to what I have to say?
聞いてほしいこと？
I put my hand over my heart and took a deep breath. That slowed my wild pulse down a little. I like you. I like you, Kanako. Kanako?
ありがとう。私も葵くんのこと好きよ。
Alright, off to the parade. No, I'm kidding. Her face had gone slightly red, but apart from that, she looked like the same as always. It wasn't the response I'd been hoping for. I don't just mean in general. I like you. In a romantic way. I was so nervous that it came out louder than I was expecting. I could hear my voice echoing all the way down the hill.
やっぱりそっちか。
Kanako idly scratched her cheek and smiled awkwardly. Kanako.
葵くんも意外と物好きよね。どうして私を好きになったんだか。
Really? Don't start that now. Quit being so modest.
自分で言うのもなんだけど、こんなにだらしない女なのに。
You weren't lazy not too long ago when you decided to give the cooking another shot. Kanako was already looking for a way out. I didn't give her time to run. I dashed forward and threw my arms around her. Completely caught up in the moment, I pressed my mouth to hers. Folks, just a reminder, don't try this in real life. Her lips were so soft and sweet. It was hard to believe they were the same thing as my own. I I could feel Kanako's tense, trembling body so close to mine. Slowly, we moved apart a little. A gasp of breath escaping those lovely cherry lips caressed my face. My gaze wandered from Kanako's lips and up to her eyes. They were looking back at me, wide in surprise. If I looked deep enough, I could see my own face reflecting back at me like a couple of mirrors. I held back my burning desire and gave her some space. Sorry, that was pretty sudden, huh? You look like you were gonna run away again. Sorry about that. Looking back on it now, that day I had a bad cold had been the starting point of all of this. Up until then, I only thought of Kanako as an easygoing but dependable older girl. But now she'd become a much bigger part of my life. I could not get her out of my head. To you, maybe I'm just another guy, plus your dorm mother. But I'm serious. The way I feel about you is no joke. Did all of that get through?
もうこれ以上ないくらいにね。
Kanako's face was looking a tad more flushed than it had been a few minutes ago.
葵くんなら私も。
Kanako? Kanako looked at me for what felt like a very long time.
そこまで言うなら私と付き合ってみる？
Yes. Yes, I'd love to. My cheeks started burning red as if I'd walked into a blazing fire. Kanako was blushing too. She let out a laugh to relieve some of the tension that had started to build up.
それじゃあこれからは恋人としてよろしくね。
Yep. Just be careful and take it slow. Yeah, I guess so. That had a nice ring to it. The more I thought about it, the more I felt a tremendous sense of joy welling up inside me. Oh. Yeah!
さすがにはしゃぎすぎじゃない？
Yeah, but you know, us dudes tend to do that. By choice. Sorry, I just couldn't hold it in.
もう大げさなんだから。
She gave me an indulgent smile. She looked so calm, and here I was with my heart racing like there was no tomorrow. I'd get her back. I'd find a way to share this excitement with her. Kanako,
何？
can I kiss you again?
ダメって言ってもするつもりでしょ？
I nodded. I had no shame. I delicately laid a hand on each of her shoulders, still trembling a little. Kanako turned her head up to look at me in the eye. Without waiting for a reply, I planted another firm kiss on her. Kanako tensed up again for a moment, then let her weight fall against me. This kiss was stronger than the last. Not to be outdone, Kanako pressed her lips back against mine. That sensation was like nothing I'd ever felt before, and I never wanted it to end. Now I'd done it. I gripped my cell phone tight and ran with all the speed I could muster towards the dorm. Everyone was bound to be there already, probably wondering where I was and why I hadn't made tonight's dinner yet. How could I let myself lose track of the time like this? I like you, Kanako.
わかったから、そう何度も言わなくていいわよ。
Though she tried to shrug it off, I was glad that Kanako accepted my feelings for what they were now. And the fact that she felt the same was the icing on the cake. I could not tear myself away from her.
もう、調子に乗りすぎ。
You've done your fair share of teasing me up till now. Think of it as payback.
あれは葵くんが勝手に照れてただけじゃないの。もういい加減にしなさいよ。こんなのんびりして夕飯とか大丈夫なの？
It was that remark spoken out more of desperation than concern that finally made me take notice of the time. I'd probably have stayed with her all day if she hadn't pointed that out. Kanako said she was going to drop by the convenience store on her way. Kanako said she was going to drop by the convenience store on her own before heading home. Apparently, she'd forgotten to pick something up earlier, but I think that was just an excuse, and I was grateful for it. If we'd have walked home together, I'd have wanted to relax and take my time. This way I could hurry back and get things started. She sure is considerate. But this isn't the time for that. Hey everybody, I'm here. Sorry I'm so late. Huh?
おかえり、葵くん。おかえりなさい。
What? I came hurtling into the dining hall, only to find the smell of cooking already drifting from the kitchen. Yoru and Asa were both hard at work getting something ready. A few dishes had already been set on the table, fresh and steaming hot.
どうしたのよ、葵。そんな汗だくになっちゃって。
Yeah, I forgot all about dinner, but I got here as fast as I could.
なんで？支度だったら私たちでやるって言わなかった？
You did?
私、ちゃんとメールしたわよ。
I looked at my phone. Sure enough, there was an unread message from Kotori waiting for me. How could I have missed that? Oh well, that's great. Thanks, you guys. Not just for the dinner, but, you know, everything else too.
別にいいわよ。私たちがやりたくてやっただけだし、ね。
Everybody smiled back at me. They must have known what I was hinting at. What did I ever do to deserve friends as great as these?
あとはカナだけなんだけど、一緒じゃなかったんですか？
Oh, she...
ごめん、コンビニ寄ってたら思いのほか遅くなっちゃって。あれ？どうしたのみんな？
Good question.
コンビニに寄ってたんですか。へえ。もう、わざとらしいわよ、カナ。なに？一体どうしたの？
Sorry, Kanako. They found out about us.
あらら、やっぱり。
You did? Ugh. Why didn't she say anything?
ねえ、アゲハ。さっきから何の話してるの？
Don't worry about it, Ryoko.
葵とカナコさんが正式に付き合い始めたっていう話よ。嘘！
Way.
あれだけ噂を否定してたのに？
Well, some of those rumors were quite exaggerated and inaccurate, so yeah, Sanai, they would deny some of them. Sanai obviously hadn't known. The news had her really excited.
改めておめでとうございます、先輩！カナコさん！おめでとうございます。
Yoru, I don't like that smirk on your face.
うん、ありがとう。
Asa looked as happy as if it were happening to her, while Yoru gave a more calm, collected smile. Nah, that don't look collective. Kanako's face was going red. She was probably unnerved by the celebratory mood.
ちょっと、どうしてみんな知ってるのよ。
It was most likely all in your actions.
葵くん、もう話しちゃったの？
You didn't have any to spill. Kanako gave me a suspicious look. Was I really the prime suspect here? It wasn't me. Kotori and the others had this plan from the start.
仕組まれた？
Yeah. They prepared things so when they called for you, you'd run into me. It was all a setup arranged to make sure I'd tell you how I felt.
なるほど、そういうことだったか。あと、最後まで見守ってたんだけどそこまで心配することもなかったわね。だから言ったでしょ、葵くんはやるときはやる男なんだから。
So they've been spying on us too. You guys.
覗き見なんて趣味が悪いんじゃないの？すみません先輩。でもどうしても気になっちゃって。そうですよ。私たちは心配していたんですから。
I don't know. I think you're getting a good set of enjoyment out of this, young lady.
You don't look like you mean any of that. They were obviously enjoying teasing us. Called it. Yoru's smirk was getting even bigger. Kanako and I shared a glance.
ところで葵先輩はかなこさんのどこに惹かれたんですか？
You want some tips for when you get attracted to someone? I knew that question was coming. I just didn't think it would be so soon. Well, let's find out how he answers that question on the next episode. Oh, the cliffhangers! The cliffhangers! Oh, goodness. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching this video this time around. If you like what you saw, maybe consider leaving a like. And if you want to see more and you have not already, maybe consider subscribing. And until next time, happy mixing, everyone.